Okay, period 2, algebra students. This is your DMR, DMR number 2, so make sure you label it number 2 in your DMR section. You should have written the key statement down yesterday. If you did not, or if it's different, rewrite it. Key statement, when adding with different signs, subtract and keep the sign of the most. Go ahead and work number 1. Okay, let me stop here. I forgot to at the beginning. If you don't have your correction pencils, go ahead and get your correction pencils. Okay, so we have different signs. So we subtract. And we have more negatives than we do positives, so my answer is negative 13. So if you have negative 13, put a check. If you do not, circle it and correct it. Okay. Second one, key statement. Must have common denominator to add or subtract fractions. Okay? So go ahead and work this one on your own. Okay, for the least common denominator, I'm going to use 45. So, 5 times 9 gave me 45, so I do the same to my numerator. 4 times 9 is 36. 9 times 5 gives me 45, so I do the same to my numerator. 2 times 5 is 10. Once you have the common denominator, what you do is you add your numerator. So 36 plus 10 is 46. Keep your denominator. Now, in algebra and geometry, you can keep your answer as an improper fraction. An improper fraction is when your numerator is larger than your denominator. However, you all are still responsible for taking the Indiana State test. So I want to make sure you can simplify that and change it to a mixed number. So how many times will 45 go into 46? 1, with how many left over? 1. So you all need to know that these two are equivalent. Okay, so if you got the right answer, check it. If not, circle it and correct it, please. Okay, mental math. Pencils down. Remember, mental math is what you try to do mentally in your head. Find 10% of 150 multiplied by 4, square it. Now repeat one more time. Find 10% of 150 multiplied by 4, square it. Okay, 10% of 150. When you take 10% of something, you move the decimal one place. So that's 15. What's 15 times 4? Mentally, what I did is, well, 15 times 2, that's doubled, is 30. And then I double 30 and I get 60. Then we need to square it. Well, I know 6 squared is 36. And then this is 10. 10 squared is 100. So I add those 2 zeros on. Okay, let's do another one. Pencils down. Find 10% of 100 multiplied by 4 and then square it. 10% of 100 multiplied by 4 and then square it. Okay, 10%. 10 multiplied by 4, 40. Square it. Well, 4 squared is 4 times 4, so that's 16. And then this 0 is the same as 10 squared, which gives me 100, so I add those 2 zeros in. Okay, that's it for your DMR today. And go ahead and get your practice out. We're going to grade your practice.